Hey guys, welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of four who comes here and shares our journey, mostly about secular curriculum choices and, homeschool, mom life, all that stuff. We are in our 6th year of homeschooling. We have a 1st and 5th, and we are still on winter break, so halfway done. Today, I wanted to come here and I just wanted to chat with you about homeschool and how I have changed. Guys, before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find us down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. That glare is really bothering me. I don't know, maybe I just need to, can I turn it? No, that's too dark. Okay, let me just do this then. Yes, I wanted to share with you guys today about homeschool and how I have changed. And I think so many people, a lot of the feedback that I always get when we talk about homeschool, even people who I know and have known my entire life, we talk about homeschool and they're like, I could never do that. I am not patient enough. And I would love to tell you, I would absolutely love to tell you that I was a patient person. I am not a patient person. I also don't think that I am any more patient now than I was before. I've not gained that. But I do believe that the ways that I have changed might be interesting to some of you because, again, you know, of course, obviously I'm just super patient. And that's the whole reason I can do this with my children. No. One of the ways that I've changed is I have learned to better adapt to what is happening to me and around me and appreciate more that my way is not the only way. And that is because there have been so many times, I've talked about this a lot before, that I will think that there is a shortcut in the way that I learned it or hello, son. There's a shortcut in the way that I have learned it or the way that I do it. My brain just gets from A to B a little differently. And so I will try to share that with my kiddos and I get blank stares and crazy looks and total blank confusion. So I've learned that what I find easy and what I find works for me is not necessarily what is going to be found easier or work for someone else. And so through this journey, I have learned that I need to be better at adapting. And I genuinely believe that I have become better at adapting and accepting things that don't go the way I think they should. I do think that I have changed in that manner, that I have become better at that. Again, patience is not it. I am not a patient person. Truly not. And I don't think that necessarily comes into play here. I think it is most important, as every parent, that you are just trying your best to do what's best for your kid. And so that isn't, it's not patience. Patience doesn't come into play here. I probably should a lot more often than it does, but we're all human. One of the ways that I know that I have changed since I started this journey of homeschool, just that homeschooling has changed me, is that I am so much better at quitting. And, you may not appreciate that skill as much as I think everyone should. It is such, and I've talked about this many times, it is such a good skill to have to not only be able to entertain the idea of quitting, to know when it's time to quit, and then to sit peacefully in that decision. And I think that really makes just a huge difference. Being able to say, I know that God, it's really fluctuating, isn't it? I know that this is not serving me. I know that this is not serving my children. I know that things need to be different, and then making that decision, but being truly good and happy with that decision, I think is such an important skill, such a life skill, something that I definitely want to model to my children. It is important to me that I explain to them the value of knowing when to quit. It is important to me that I advocate for knowing when to quit and being able to do it, but just being able to feel good about the decision doing it, because naturally quitting something, there is a grieving. There is a grieving of the way it should have been. So by letting go of those expectations and just being comfortable and happy in your decision to do that, I feel like that is truly something that I have come across several times in our homeschooling journey. It's coming again. Can see the clouds moving. But coming across these things in our homeschooling journey, I truly feel like I have gotten to a place where it is not only easier to make those decisions, it is a relief, a comfort to sit in those decisions, having made them. So I think that that is definitely one of the ways that homeschooling has changed me. So often we talk about what homeschooling has done for our children, or what homeschooling has done for their education, or what homeschooling has done for our home. But too rarely do we talk about the impacts that homeschooling has on us as homeschoolers. And I think that that is a really important thing to come here and to share and to address, because maybe you're in a spot where you need to hear it. Maybe you're in a spot where you want to share it, like I am. Maybe you are in a spot where you're considering it and you are thinking about what those impacts are to you, or such as in the case of my husband, he was genuinely concerned about what those impacts would be to me. So to hear from other people about their experiences and where they feel like homeschooling has truly changed them, I think can be really helpful and beneficial. We're also at that kind of like mid-year itch where things are a little crazy. I think this next chunk of time between Christmas break and spring break is truly such a hard time in homeschool, because it starts to feel mundane and like it will never end, and it's not as exciting, and it's still kind of gray outside. So we are coming up on what I think of as the hard stretch of homeschool. So I think it's nice to be sharing a little bit more kind of like life and motivation. Plus spring is coming, renewal, start of the new year. I just like to come here and chat. So that is how I feel like homeschool has changed me. I'd love to lie and tell you that I'm a patient person. I am absolutely not. If anything, I might be less patient than I used to be, simply because I'm like, well, now you know we've done this for 6 years. There are no excuses all around, people. No excuses for myself, no excuse for anybody else. We know how to get it done. So if anything, that's probably fed too far the other way, but you know, it is what it is. So yes, my ability to adapt, my ability to change, softening those expectations, being willing to quit and take a new approach. I would say those are definitely ways that homeschool has changed me as a person. I apply this so much more to every aspect of my life now, so that I think is quite valuable. So guys, I would love to hear right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic, what are the ways that homeschool has changed you? I would love to hear what those things are. Being able to switch things up and let things go a bit easier is truly valuable to both this and every other aspect of life. It's like, well, it changes. Things change, and that's okay. And softening my perspective on that, I think, has helped a great deal. Just to, my sanity in life. So I'm very excited to hear, how do you feel like your homeschooling has changed you? I'd love to hear. So write on down in the comments, let us know. Guys, as always, you can find us right down in the comments or over on Instagram. Go scroll down there, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, give this video a thumbs up. I hope, despite the crazy strobing club lighting going on, that you guys have appreciated this. I hope you found it valuable. So guys, let us know how homeschooling has changed you.